One of my favorite things about the Pokemon TCG Live is that they give out these new decks for free by playing the new Battle Pass, and the free deck this time around is Charizard EX, which is awesome because Charizard is probably the best new deck. So these decks are honestly an awesome starting point, but you can't expect to take these to a tournament or play them on ladder and to have a great performance with them. So I'm going to be showing you how to upgrade this starting point Charizard list to an actually viable competitive tournament meta deck. So this is what the starting point list will look like. We have a lot of good cards here, a thick Charmander, Charmeleon, only 2 Charizards. For the Pokemon, we just have 3 Torkoals, 3 Pelipper, 3 Wingull. Pelipper is great to be able to find and recover supporters. Torkoal is a bit more gimmicky though. You don't want to be piling a ton of energies onto a Pokemon that's just a single prize with not too much HP, and you're also relying on coin flips, so Torkoal is sort of funny, but it's not actually that great of a card. We have some staples for supporters like Research, Iono, and Arven and Boss's Orders. Clavel, Jacques, and Miriam are a bit substandard, I guess you could say, and they sort of have their job done better by items in most cases. Ultra Ball, Candy, Nest Ball, Level Ball, all pretty solid options. Recycler maybe could be better, but it's okay. I think EXP Share is definitely one of the worst cards in this deck. I get the point of it in here to put it on a Torkoal so you can recover some of those energies, and then but I mean, generally in a Charizard deck, you're going to be attacking with Charizard, which doesn't need a whole lot of energies, so I don't think that card is exactly necessary. And then a Defiance Band is okay because it can fix some of Charizard's math, and then 12 Fire Energies. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be trying to take out some of the, I guess, bad cards or suboptimal cards and be replacing them with better cards. I'll be trying to do it as efficiently as possible, because one of the cards is probably in a lot of meta Charizard decks is a Pidgeot, is the new Pidgeot EX, which I want to have in my Charizard deck, obviously, but if you play the Battle Pass enough, you'll be able to get some of your own Pidgeot EX. So in my current list, I'll be showing up here. I will not have Pidgeot, but if you do play enough to unlock those, you'll definitely want to put those in your deck. So this is what I turned it into here. It's a bit different. I'm playing the Barrel engine instead of the Pelipper Wingull engine because I want to be able to refill my hand, not just because we only can play one supporter per turn, but I want to be able to keep refilling my hand over and over again. And something like Pelipper is awesome to be able to find a supporter, but if I get like Iono down to a low hand size, I can't just put a down payment on that Pelipper and draw it on the other side of Iono. Where if I put that Barrel down, I can always refill my hand off that Iono no matter what happens. So in my opinion, that's why Barrel is a bit better than Pelipper. And then I'm playing some different alternate attackers aside from Torkoal. I'm playing one Delphox V and one Entei V. Delphox is very cool because it can hit the bench and the active, which it's great for taking multi-prize knockouts against evolving decks. And Entei is just a good pace setter in the early games, also can help you draw a couple extra cards. I'm also playing Radiant Greninja to sort of supplement my draw. We're playing plenty of energies. We have enough energy recovery, and it doesn't even have synergy with our stadium cards. One of the most glaring omissions from the starting list is a Manaphy, because there are a lot of decks that can pressure your Pokemon on the bench. We want to make sure that we're protecting those from this Pokemon like Radiant Greninja. We're keeping this supporter count pretty similar with 3 Iono, 3 Arven, 2 Research, 2 Boss Orders. So I took out the Clavel, the Jacques, the Miriam. I added in another Arven. Just supporters like Clavel, Jacques, and Miriam, I can do their job better with an item card. I'm playing Battle VIP Pass now because it has great synergy with Arven. On the first turn with Arven, we can grab like 4 Sealstone and Battle VIP Pass, and then we can put that 4 Sealstone on Delphox or Entei, and then we can immediately get going quickly. Like, we even can threaten first turn attacks with like, if we can use Radiant Greninja, concealed cards, discard an energy, then use Magma Basin to attach it to an Entei, and like this actually is sort of not that difficult because we have Arven that can find a lot of those pieces for us on the first turn. Ball Search is very similar for Ultra Ball, 3 Nest Ball. I'm pretty much just taking out those level balls. We only have a couple targets for them, and I'd rather just have the Battle VIP pass the more explosive first turns. I had to cut down a rare candy, sort of a casualty to some of these newer cards. If you're incorporating a Pidgeot engine and maybe not playing the Forest Sealstones or things like that, you probably will want to add in another rare candy. Super Out is just pretty much better than Miriam and Energy Recycler, because we can recover our one-up Pokemon and also get some energies back at the same time. With a Charizard deck, it will be very important to have plenty of things to control stadiums, so we don't get screwed over by Patch of the Peak sometimes. So I'm playing one Lost Vacuum because it has good synergy with Arven, being able to have a supporter-based stadium bump. Another big omission from the starting list is there's no switching cards. So we have if we have like big Pokemon, like in that list there is Pelipper and Torkoal, which both can be hard to move. You don't really want to use a Charizard ability just to pivot through your Pokemon. So we're playing one switch and one escape rope to make sure we never get trapped. I already touched on the 4 Seal Stones. We're keeping the Defiance Band in there. It definitely could be better as a Vitality Band, but I think Defiance Band is okay for now. I'm playing 2 Magma Basin because there's good synergy with Radiant Greninja. You definitely could consider adding an Artisan instead, but you will get Artisans if you play enough on the Battle Pass. And 10 Fire Energies. I had to slim it down just a little bit, but I don't think you'll be too bothered by it because sort of one of the reasons why you're playing so many Fire Energies in that original build is you're trying to pile a ton on a Torkoal, which we're not going to be doing now. So, oh yeah, I also added in another Charizard EX because it would just sort of suck if one was prized and then you only had one Charizard EX for the game and you only have Miriam to get it back. So you don't have a whole lot of way to access your Charizard EX, and I just want to make sure I have plenty of those because it will be our main attacker. I do think there are plenty of other ways you can go about this. You can play other attackers like Radiant Charizard, you can play the new Victini EX, or even could use a completely different engine. You could use the Mew from Celebrations to help you get your item cards. You could use Arceus V-Star. You could, I think Pidgeot is going to be one of the best ways to use it, but I'm sort of just leaving it out for now because you should be able to unlock those later. Incorporating things like Lumineon and Squawkabilly are always great when you have things like Ultra Ball to be able to find them early on. And if you aren't incorporating some of those other 2-price bench sitters, definitely consider adding in a Collapsed Stadium to be able to remove those for the late game. But overall, I think this is a pretty solid starting point. If you have any other questions regarding on how to upgrade this deck or just how to play Pokemon cards in general, just let me know in the comment section. I appreciate you taking the time of your day to watch my video, and I'll catch you in the next one.